everybody, this is Caroline Alizana, graduate student of the Grok Trade Mentoring Program. It is Tuesday, May 3rd of 2011, and we're looking at the Q's daily chart. And what a beautiful pullback on our chart here today. Check this out. Remember that high base that we talked about here yesterday? Yeah, and we were also paying really close attention to the high of April 27th, which was at the 59.29, as well as the low of April 27th, which was at the 58.66. So that was the trading range that we were stuck in for quite a while in here. And finally today we are breaking through that low of 58.66, but check this out. We're closing right at it. So we went lower, and check this out. We got all the way down to that lower area of support, which I mentioned to you yesterday, which was at the 58.33 mark. We bounced off of it and closed right at the 58.66 mark. So we're still stuck inside that trading range at the top of the rally, but we're a little bit below the 8 moving average, which is right here at this moment at, let me see here, the 58 at about 58.93. So watch the 8 moving average here very closely tomorrow, and we broke through it. We actually broke through the 8 moving average and entered into a bearish territory, but check this out. Look at the volume. It's not really impressive. I just don't really like the volume being that low on that down pullback, on that bearish run. So keep that in mind. And look at the MACD. The MACD is slowing down a little bit. It's pointing a little bit lower. It's not continuing to rise as it used to, with another positive tick, but a smaller positive tick. So the positive ticks here are getting smaller and smaller, but we're still above the zero line on the MACD, which means that we're still in a bullish territory according to the MACD. So what you need to remember here, what we see on this chart, is that we're still stuck inside that trading range between the 59.29 and the 58.66 mark. So watch this area pretty closely here tomorrow to see if we're able to break back to the downside, breaking through that low of 58.66, again continuing lower. If we ever do that, first of all, we would need to break through the low of today, the 58.33 mark, and then we would need to close below it, and we could continue down to that next area of support, which is at the 57.90. So pay close attention to that. This is a major area of support on our way down here. So we could either way continue to the downside, breaking through the 59.30, the 57.90 mark, and if we close below it, then we could head all the way down to that next area of support on our way down here, the 57.18, and then the next one would be at the 56.65, and then finally the big area of support down below where you see this black trend line on my chart, and it's sitting right at the 55.84 mark. So these are the major areas of support that I want you to watch if we ever go down. But if we get to the 57.90 and we do not continue to the downside, we could instead bounce off of it, continuing higher, going back to the high of 59.29 as well as the high of yesterday, which was at the 59.34 mark. We could head all the way back there, and we can break through the 59.34 mark, continuing higher. So at least you have some scenarios in here to watch. And the other one would be that we could try to go back up to that 59.29 mark here again tomorrow. We can hit it and pull back down, forming that low M formation on our chart, which is a bearish formation. And from then on, we will need to watch the low of today really closely, the 58.33 mark, because if we broke through that low after we go all the way up there bouncing off of it and continuing to the downside, the information would be confirmed if we broke through the low of 58.33 and then if we close below it. So M as in murder, so we could have a pretty bad downtrend if we ever form that M formation on our chart and we continue lower if we close below the 58.33 mark. So keep that in mind as well. So at least you have some scenarios here to watch for and some formation here that could possibly happen. So watch the chart pretty closely. Look for confirmation with the MACD. And also look at the volume to see if it's really confirming whatever move we're going to get. Alright, so have a wonderful day and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.